Hello, students. Welcome to Basic English Conversation and to the start of a new semester. I'm Professor Sarah Bunch. Today we are going to begin Unit 1 in your book, Own It, Book 2. If you have your textbook already, please make sure it's in front of you. If you don't have it yet, that's okay, it's week 1. Just make sure you get it as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and begin Unit 1. Unit 1 is called, What Are You Watching? Let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to learn in today's video. Today, let's introduce the unit and the topic, and also learn 2 sets of vocabulary. As you watch these videos, make sure you have a pen or a pencil and a notebook so you can take notes from the video. We will learn 16 new vocabulary words today, so please take notes as you watch because we will use these words throughout this unit. Okay? Let's go ahead and talk about this unit. What are you watching? Let's begin with a simple question. What do you like to do to relax? Maybe when you get home, you want to kick your feet up on the couch and rest. Maybe you like to listen to music to help you relax. Perhaps you enjoy reading to help you lower your stress at the end of a difficult day, or go for a walk or a hike in nature and breathe in some fresh air. Or maybe you are like millions of people around the world and love to watch Netflix to help you relax and have some restful time at the end of a day. Whether you're watching Friends, Kingdom, or even Game of Thrones, we all watch TV shows and we all have shows that we like and shows that we don't like. Genres that we like and genres that we don't like. What kind of TV shows do you like? First, today, let's learn some vocabulary that we can use to talk about our favorite TV shows. Let's begin vocabulary set number 1. Vocabulary set number 1 is about TV shows. Our words for vocabulary set number 1 are cartoon, chat show or talk show, comedy, documentary, drama, on-demand series, reality show, and soap opera. These are our first 8 words today. We're going to look at some pictures and I want you to guess which word we're talking about. What kind of TV show are we talking about? Let's begin. Now, let's look at some pictures and see if we can guess the type of TV show based on those pictures. Ready? All right, what do we see in this picture? We see a famous TV show, Tom and Jerry. And here we see another famous TV show, SpongeBob. What would we call this kind of TV show that look like a drawing or that were made on a computer? We would call this a cartoon. So let's say it together, cartoon. Got it? Let's go to our next word. Okay, what do we see in this picture? We see 2 people having a conversation or maybe talking. And here we see someone behind a desk talking about famous people or the news. What would we call a show like this? This is called a chat show or a talk show. In talk shows, sometimes the person on the show will interview famous people and talk about daily events happening in the world. So we could call this a chat show or talk show. Do you like talk shows? Let's go on to our next word. Okay, here we see a famous show, The Big Bang Theory. Have you ever watched this show? If you have, you might have done something like this and had a big laugh. If a TV show is made to make you laugh, we would call this a comedy. Let's say it together. Comedy. There are many comedy shows and comedy movies. I think comedies are a great way to relax, don't you? Let's see what our next type of TV show is. Okay, here we see some normal people about to be recorded, right? We see that. So we see some normal people about to be recorded. And here we see someone in the ocean taking a video. If someone is recording normal life, we would call this a documentary. Let's definitely say this one together. Documentary. Got it? Documentary comes from the word document. And here we see the meaning of that word. A documentary documents different things in real life. So we might see a documentary about a group of people, or we might see a nature documentary where we get to see different animals up close and personal. Let's see what our next type of show is. Okay, here we see a recent show that's very famous, Itaewon Class. And if you have watched this show or shows like it, you know that it is very dramatic. This kind of show and those like it are called drama. So you probably know this word, right? Let's say it together, drama. If a show is a drama, that means it is dramatic. So we are maybe very excited and surprised when we see what happens in a show called a drama. All right, let's go on to our next word. Here we see a screen and we see Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, Showtime, and HBO. These are all things that you can watch on your computer. If you don't have to download something and you can just watch it on your computer anytime, we would call this an on-demand series or a streamed series. Usually when we talk about Netflix, we use the word streaming. So here, any show that you watch online like this is called an on-demand series or a streamed series. Let's say it one more time. On-demand series, streamed series. These are the ways that most of us watch TV shows these days. Do you like Netflix or Hulu better? Let's see our next type of show. So here we see an example of this kind of show is Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or a show like Survivor. These are shows that are real, but maybe they are not very real. They are dramatic and are a little bit for us to be entertained and to enjoy. Shows like this are called reality shows. Let's say that together. Reality show. And again, even though it's a reality show, often these shows are not very real. Have you ever watched a reality show? Do you know anyone who likes them? Now, let's look at our last vocabulary word used to talk about TV shows. All right, in this kind of TV show, we often see the day-to-day lives of the people or characters in the show. These shows are very dramatic and are usually about day-to-day events and family and relationships and many day-to-day problems. Shows like this are called soap operas. Let's say it together. Soap opera. All right, that's it for our first set of vocabulary words. Now, let's practice. We are going to see some pictures and we're going to try to guess which word or which kind of show it is. Okay, take a moment to look at these 8 pictures. We are going to match these pictures to the type of show. We see number 1 was done for us. That's a soap opera. Let's go ahead and go through these together. Have a look at number 2. It looks like they are searching for something and it could be very exciting or interesting. What kind of show could this be? This show looks like it could be a drama. Something exciting and interesting that makes us want to keep watching. Now let's look at number 3. Here we see 2 people having a conversation and talking to each other. Would this be a soap opera? Is this a comedy? Number 3 looks like it is a chat show or a talk show. Remember, that's when you have a person who brings people on their show to interview and ask questions or just have a conversation with. All right, let's look at number 4. Number 4 looks like it is a reality show. So here we see someone being recorded out in nature, looking like they're building a fire. This is a kind of show where you are following the person and watching what they're doing in reality. Now let's look at number 5. Here in number 5 we see an animal. So what kind of show is this, probably? Is it a game show? Is it a cooking show? No. When we see a show that has animals in it and we are watching what they're doing, that is a documentary. Let's have a look at number 6. Number 6 looks like it is a drawing or it was made on a computer. This kind of show is a cartoon. All right, number 7, we can see that someone is watching a show on their laptop. So if you can watch a show on Netflix or YouTube or Hulu, this is called an on-demand or streamed series. All right, finally, let's look at number 8. Number 8 is a game show. So we did not talk about this in our vocabulary, but of course, I am sure you have seen many game shows. It is a show where people play games. Okay, let's do a couple more examples. Here we see a man recording an elephant. Remember, if we are watching something that is a show about animals or something happening in nature, we would call this a documentary. Documentary. Okay, what do we see in this picture? We see a young man and a young woman. They are out at a restaurant, they are maybe having a date, and there are people recording them. If we see something like this, we would call it a reality show. Let's look at one more example. Okay, here we see The Walking Dead on Netflix. If we can watch a show on Netflix and we do not have to download, we would call it an on-demand series or a streamed series. Let's go ahead and look at the words one more time for vocabulary set 1. Cartoon, chat show or talk show, comedy, documentary, drama, on-demand series, reality show, and soap opera. We all love to watch TV shows. Maybe you like comedies, maybe you like documentaries. Everyone likes to watch shows and movies. But have you ever wondered what it takes to make a show or a movie? Have you ever wondered what happens behind the scenes? Next, let's learn vocabulary about making movies and shows. Vocabulary set number 2 is about making movies. Let's see what our 8 words in this set are. Actor and actress, camera operator, costume designer, director, script, makeup artist, set, and sound engineer. So again, we are going to look at some pictures and try to guess which of the vocabulary words is shown in the picture. Let's begin. All right. Here we see some very famous people who have been in movies like The Avengers. They pretend to be characters and we see them in TV shows and movies. We call people like this an actor if they are a man and an actress if they are a woman. This comes from the word acting, which we see the meaning of here. So again, we have actor and actress. Let's move on to our second word. Okay, here we see someone holding a camera. And what would we call this person who is recording the TV show or the movie? We would call this person the camera operator. Let's say that one together. Camera operator. The word operate means to use. So this is the person who is using the camera. We could also call a camera operator a cameraman or a camera woman. Let's go on to our third term. Okay, here we see a person and she has many costumes around her, which are the clothes that people wear in movies. And here we see a person making a costume. We would call the person who makes the costumes for a TV show or a movie The costume designer. Costume designer. Let's have a look at our next word. All right, here we see this person in their chair. They are calling out and telling the actors and actresses what to do. They are very important in making a TV show or a movie. We would call this person a director. Let's say it together. Director. Okay, let's see if you can guess what we call this next important person. Okay, what do we see in this picture? We see a woman putting makeup on someone else, and the woman looks very beautiful. Here we see someone putting on a different kind of makeup to make it look like the person is hurt or cut. The person who does the makeup for a TV show or a movie is called a makeup artist. Let's say it together. Makeup artist. Next, we see a piece of paper that has some words on it that an actor or actress has to remember and memorize. What would we call that piece of paper that has those words on it? This is called a script. Script. On a script, an actor or actress can see the words that they're going to have to memorize and say in the TV show or movie. Next, let's think about what we would call the place that a movie or TV show is made. This place can be made or it can be out in the real world. The name of the place where we make a movie or TV show is a set. Set. Often when actors or actresses are working, they might say that they are on set. Our last vocabulary term is another important person in making a TV show or a movie. Here we see a man holding a very long microphone. And here we can see someone using that to record a conversation. This person is called a sound engineer. Sound engineer. This is the person who makes sure that we can hear the actors and actresses in movies and TV. Let's go ahead and practice using these vocabulary words. Okay, we are going to match the numbers that we see in the picture to the correct word. We see number 1 is set. How about number 2? These are lights, of course. Number 3, we see right here. Who is that person? We would call that the actor. That is the person who is acting in the show or movie. Number 4 is just about this, which is the camera. Here we see this very important person in number 5, making sure that they can get the sound. This person is called the sound engineer. All right, number 6, we see someone who is putting on makeup on the actor. Do you remember what we would call this person? Is this a costume or a director? Number 6 is a makeup artist. Now let's look at number 7. Number 7 is this person here. He is using the camera, so we would call him the camera operator. All right, we're almost there. Here, number 8, we see a piece of paper that has what the actor or actress should say. We would call this the script. And number 9 are the clothes that the actor is wearing. The clothes that they are wearing is called a costume. And finally, this important person in the chair telling the actors what to do is the director. Let's do a little bit more review before we finish. Let's try to fill in the blank with the correct word used to describe this person on a movie or TV show. Bong Joon-ho is a famous... What is he? Is he a famous actor? Is he a famous sound engineer? He is a famous director. Okay, here we see a famous person. Adam Driver is my favorite. What is he? Perhaps you have seen him in a movie. He is acting in the movie, so we would call him the actor. Remember, we use actor to talk about a man and actress to talk about a woman. Okay, one more example. The Harry Potter movies had great detailed. And what do we see in this picture? We see the place where the movie was made. They made this place and recorded the movie there. We call the place a movie is made a set. So we could say the Harry Potter movies had great detailed sets. Let's review our vocabulary set number 2. Actor and actress, camera operator, costume designer, director, script, makeup artist, set, and sound engineer. Okay, everyone, that's it for our first video in Unit 1. In the next video, you will learn about the important grammar in Unit 1. Please check eClass for your assignments. See you next time.